of now we have covered waterfall and V model. The third will be iterative model. It's important interview point of view. So here in this iterative model, what are the disadvantages we have seen in waterfall and V model has been overcome here. Okay. Just let me save the document. So in iterative model, what are the disadvantages we have seen in waterfall? Let me open the waterfall disadvantages here. There is a document. I need to set the document. Yeah, this is the document. We have seen earlier classes, right? The disadvantage in waterfall is not suitable for larger project, priority for test and team will be low, something like we have seen all those things, right? So what are the things we have seen as a disadvantage in waterfall has been overcome in iterative model. Now, first of all, what about iterations? Okay, so we have when we deal with C language or Java anywhere, so we have iterative loops, right? So then nothing but for loops. So how the for loop will looks like the syntax for loop will be for initialization. Next will be condition. Next is increment or decrement. Something we have seen these type of conditions when we're dealing with for loop, right? So it is iterative loop. Until unless whatever initialized as per the condition, this loop keep on iterates until the condition got fail. So something like we have seen these loops, right? For loop, uh, while loop, do while loop, all those things are nothing but iterative loops. Come to here, so until and unless for loop, until and unless the condition satisfies this that sorry, until unless the condition satisfies, the loop keep on iterates. So same like until and unless the project completes, the iterations keep on implements. So if you see the diagrammatic approach for loop is nothing but approach for iterative model is nothing but so let's consider this iterative loop is only purely applied for larger project, big project, ongoing projects. So small projects can't be monitored using the iterative model. So here we have a big project. In the big project, I'm going to divide this into small parts. Some can be small parts, some can be big parts, right? So I'm going to divide and rule this big project to understand easily about the project, right? So this big project has been divided into different parts. So the total parts of the how many parts in the big project has been, the total are, let us consider we have 28 parts. So each part will call it as iteration. So I'm going to implement each part by part wise until unless my 28 iterations completes. Whenever my 28 iterations completes, is nothing but I'm telling that my big project has been done successfully. Rather than implementing big project at the taking all the components at once, we're going to divide this component into different parts. Each part will consider it as iterations. So this is the basic iterative uh, agenda of going for iterative model. So like this, the iterations will be done. For our real-time example, let's take we have Facebook, right? So implementing Facebook all pages at once rather than they are creating the first user and password page. The first iteration. Second iteration will be the inbox. A third iteration your home page. The fourth iteration will be the photos contents. The fifth iteration will be the videos. The sixth content can be our sharing point. Something like all this, they are entire implementing Facebook at once. They're keeping that Facebook into parts. Every page will be divided into parts and implement these parts as per the sequence. First part will be like this, second part will be like this, third part will be like this. So they are keep on implementing using iterative models. So this is a basic example where we use iterative model. How iterative model will looks like. So when we see the generic approach of doing for iterative model, let me show the how the realistic implementation of iterative model. If you see this diagram, so this is my first iteration, this is my second iteration. I'll keep on my iterations like this, keep on go up to iteration 28. If you see the iteration one, first of all, developer will design and they will code that application and will test that application. Again, we'll move to the maintenance part. So once the maintenance part has been completed, which means my first iteration has been done, then I will jump to the second iteration. Second iteration again will take design part, and again we'll go for coding part, and we go for testing part, and again we'll have the maintenance part. Once my second iteration completes, I'll jump to the third iteration where I have design part, again my coding part and testing, something like it. Keep on going until unless all iterations in the project got a big project got completed. So like this, these iterations will diagrammatic approach will be looks like this. And you can ask, sir, how much time to take for one iteration to complete? So these are very important when dealing with iterative models, because if we have lengthy iteration duration, let us consider my iteration one takes 8 weeks. So like that we have 28 iterations, right? As per the example, so 28 into 8, around it will go for uh, 244, something like it will go. So which means it will take 244 weeks. Literally, it's more than 4 years. So it's not feasible. So when we're dealing the iteration duration more than 4 weeks. So the ideally the iteration duration in real time is nothing but 1 to 4 weeks. Within 4 weeks only, that one iteration will has to complete. Every iteration has to complete within 1 to 4 weeks. It can be 1 week, it can be 2 weeks, it can be 3 weeks, it can be 4 weeks. So it is depending upon the project, or depending upon the client information, or depending upon the requirements what we have considered in that iteration. So there are n number of conditions to consider the iteration duration. So like that, my iteration duration is should be in between 1 to 4 weeks. So for a realistic example, what are disadvantages? Let me copy the disadvantages. So these are my disadvantages, right? So for my disadvantages, not suitable for larger projects, but always it is always suitable for larger projects only. So if you see the diagrammatic approach and see the diagram approach and try to analyze everything. So second disadvantage is priority for testing team will be low. But if you see here, within 1 week or 2 weeks, the testing team has got their work for the first iteration. So let's consider the generic approach. My iteration duration is 2 weeks. So what I will explain here, I have my iteration duration is 2 weeks, right? So in first week, developer will be working on iteration, first iteration. Developer will work on first iteration, and second week the application has been moved to QA side to test, which means in second week the QA will be in first iteration, but in the parallelly in the second week developer can move to second iteration. So whenever I completed the activities in second week, when I come to the third week, so what we'll do, the QA team has, because in second week only developer has designed second iteration time, right? So QA team will jump into the second iteration. Parallelly, developer will move to third iteration. We see here there is a equal importance to developers and QA members. So and also okay, resource utilization is very high here. So resource utilization is very high, and priority of the testing team will be low. No, so I can remove this one. So this is the basic example of why we are going for iterative model. Why we have many advantages when compared to the other models. So let me delete here. The third disadvantages will be, let's take an example here. If I want in waterfall, if you see the waterfall, we can't add intermediate requirements, right? So in the middle of the phase, let me show the diagram and explain the difference between iterative model and waterfall. So in waterfall, let's consider developer is in the system designing phase whenever they are implementing the design, architectural design of the system. So whenever new requirement comes, it cannot be injected into the system because until unless it's moved to system maintenance, then only we can take the new requirements. So which means intermediate requirements cannot be inserted in waterfall model. But when we see this iterative model, let's take an example. My iteration duration is 2 weeks. So whenever doing the second iteration, so it will 2 weeks, right? First week has been done. In second week, the customer or client or user will come and say that, could you please take the new requirements? So I can suggest them, could you please wait for 1 week so that I can inject your new requirements, which means I will take the new requirement in iteration 3, and iteration 3 iteration will go to iteration 4. Something like we can add requirements at any phase. So it's not very feasible to everyone. Or else I will take another example, realistic example. Whenever at an iteration 1, new requirement comes, I will request customers to wait 1 or 2 weeks. Whenever my iteration 1 completes, I will straight away take the new requirement, and iteration 2 requirements will move to iteration 3, which means intermediate requirements can be easily added. Intermediate requirements can be easily added. So these are a few advantages. Come to disadvantages. If you see here, I need to understand how the iterations, what are the elements we are considering for iteration 1, iteration 2, because it is a bit tricky. So that's why it requires skilled resources. The second one will be, if you see the diagram, so it is like a puzzle, right? So I keep on, when you see in childhood, we'll keep a puzzle, something like we need to map all those elements and try to understand what the figure is or what the image will look like, just like a puzzle. So here also, my iteration loop, my iterative model will also look like a puzzle. Until unless I implement all the 28 iterations, I can't judge what is the end product. Something like until unless we keep all that puzzle parts, then only the last part will show the actual picture of the puzzle, right? So something like here also, and until unless my iterations all iterations completes, then only I came to know how the my product will looks like. So these are another disadvantages. Until all iterations completes, end product can't be judged. And also obvious, right? Requires skilled resources means, so there is always a fight between the higher authority people to the lower authority people, because we have skilled resources, so we have attitude, right? So that's why management risk. So these are the few disadvantages when dealing with iterative model. So something like I will write, implement big component or big project or huge project or large project into different parts. Those parts will call it as iteratives, and try to implement big project into different parts, iteratives, and try to implement them. So this is nothing but the information regarding iterative model. The next model is, the fourth model is nothing but spiral model. What is meant by spiral? So when we see here, we have heard the word spiral in real world, right? Spiral means something like we always tell spiral binding. So how spiral binding will look like? Let me close the other things. Okay, not needed, not needed, not needed. So how the spiral bending will look like? The spiral bending will looks like this. I'm not good at the diagrams. So this is nothing but spiral. So something like spider web. Okay, something like spider web. Spider web will construct its web like this only, right? So spider web. So initially, no one is using right now. No one is using spiral model, but few companies has implemented a spiral model. Later they moved to the other models, not spiral. So spiral is nothing but, so when we dealing with the customers, we need to give the POC. Many people doesn't know what is POC. POC stands for proof of concept, not point of contact. It's proof of concept. So whenever new resource come into the project, that resource is very familiar with Java application. So he has seen that application, everything in the application .NET server. So he can suggest to team that why can't we implement everything is in Java. So in that case, he will try to implement his code in Java and try to give the suggestions that why we are going for Java, what is the importance of going for Java, how the Java looks good when we compare to .NET. So something he keep on giving the information about the advantage in Java or implementing the product in a better manner. So something like, or else when the customer comes to us and they doesn't trust, many people, many customer doesn't trust many service companies. So whenever they come to the service company and they're given the some product, small part, and try to and ask us to implement the product. So let's take higher. They are given the requirement here. You see here they are given the requirement. So they have given their higher requirement here. So I have taken the requirements and try to design the requirement and try to code the important requirement and try to implement my testing. So for high level requirement, taken the high level requirement and then the high level designing of the requirement, and I have done the high level coding of the requirements, and I have tested the high level application of the requirements. So in this black color spot, I've delivered the product to the customers. Customer felt happy. Yes, whatever I give the requirement, they deliver the quality product. Again, they will give new requirement. Let's consider they have a media requirement. So we have taken the media requirement and implemented designing of the media requirements and coding of the media requirement, testing of the media requirement has been done. And here in this part, I again given that product to the customers. Customers will check the product and they felt happy. They keep on understand that yes, these service people are doing their job good. So it's like that they keep on giving keep on giving the requirement and keep on implementing the requirement like this. So that's why the diagram will looks like a spiral. It contains four coordinates. First one is requirements, designing, coding, and testing part. So if they are keep on requirement, you will keep on doing the things. So the major disadvantage, if you see the diagram, this is major disadvantage is this spiral may go infinity, right? There is no stoppage to this spiral because customers keep on giving the projects. We are keep on doing the things without having any planning. So that's why real time they stop doing the spiral model because this may go infinity loops. So that's why it is the major disadvantages. I'll give one more thing here. Spiral is nothing but it is the combination of linear sequential flow. What is linear sequential flow? Obvious, we know these things in earlier classes. This is nothing but linear sequential flow. We'll call it as waterfall model. Combination linear sequential flow and iterative model. Let's see. Let me show why I consider it as it is a combination of linear sequential flow and waterfall model. See the diagram. So first one is I've taken the requirements and done the coding part or designing part, and I have done my testing and moved to the maintenance or I moved to the customers. You see here, this is similar to a waterfall. This first part is similar to a waterfall. Again, the second part starts. Again, we have another waterfall. The third part starts. Again, we have another waterfall. So we know it is a waterfall, and it is a combination of waterfall and iterative model. This is my first iteration, high level requirements. This is my second iteration. It contains medium level requirements. Let's consider it contains third level iteration. It contains lower level requirements. Something like we have iterations also. So that's why it is combination of iterative model and waterfall model. The major disadvantages is the spiral may go infinity. So, and come to other advantage disadvantage, we can combine both waterfall and iterative model. We know all those things, right? So, but I'm going to explain what are the major disadvantages when we're dealing with spiral model. So, this is nothing but spiral model. In real time, no one is using spiral model, but sometimes interview point of view they may ask. So, today last topic is Big Bang model. This is another model. So, what about Big Bang? We don't know. You people doesn't know or not. I just remember in 2013 there is a theory has come into picture like Big Bang theory. What about a Big Bang theory? Big Bang theory is nothing but they're trying to evaluate how Earth has been introduced. Something like they have done the researches, but as of now there is no conclusion for the researches. So that every conclusion, unconclusive things will call it as Big Bang only. So here also in Big Bang, I will read a few points. There is no much importance for Big Bang. So I will write those points here only. There is no process diagram to explain about it. And also client doesn't know what his needs. Client may or may not get his end product. Customers deals with time and money. Smaller organizations will use this model. The last point will be very poor model in SDLC. So let's give an example of every point to point. So there is no process diagram to explain. So every model has its own process diagram to explain, but here we don't have any process diagram. Obviously, if we doesn't have a process diagram, we are not doing any process. So client doesn't know what is needed. Let's take an example. We have small clients, something like Yatra Genie or Redbird, something like we have clients, right? So client will come to that one organization, not MNCs. They will come to small organizations and keep on telling that try to implement this app. So anything, something like small game app has been introduced. So they'll go to any smaller organizations. They'll ask them to create a small app, game app. So they have created a game for children. So but they doesn't know who are given the product, right? They doesn't know there we do we have any PRE document, SRS document, or do you have any process? So they are not following any process. So that's why client doesn't know whether they need to create their product into Java application or .NET application, because client have a doesn't have a proper process. So that's why client doesn't know what his needs. Client may or may not get his end product. Obviously, if he doesn't know what his needs, he may or may not get end product. Developer can develop his own way, which doesn't satisfy the clients. So that's why client may or may not get his end product. And customer deals with time and money. Obvious, they will come to the smaller organizations. They will give 1 week of time and they can charge few amount, or they can cost 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs, something like that, right? So something like they're dealing with time and money only. They are not dealing with the process. That's why smaller organization will use this model. In smaller organization or startup companies, we have the one person for developers. That person is also only for QA testing, and that person also will deliver the product to customers. So small people will consider their developing part, their QA part, and their production part also, which means so that's why it will be used by the small organizations. obvious how these type of disadvantage will lead to the poor model in SDLC. So these are the uh, three models what we discussed today. So what we have discussed today, the first one is iterative model, the second one is spiral model, the third one is big bang model. But we can, when we go for the history, as of now we have covered the five models. The first one is waterfall model, the second one is V model, the third one is iterative model, the fourth one is spiral model, the fifth one is big bang model. The last one is the very important model, agile process or agile model, which has been implemented in real world, okay, in by many organizations. So let us catch in the next session on dealing with agile model. As of now, thank you. Yeah.